It's always exciting and convincing to hear when the folk hero of Indian stock markets, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, is convinced and he's of the view that mother of all the bull market has started. But is he not bothered about global factors and near-term challenges? Let's find out from Mr. Jhunjhunwala himself. Mr. Jhunjhunwala, appreciate your time and thank you for joining us. Let me first start with the moot point. Narendra Modi has taken the oath. His Council of Ministers has been formed. What do you make of the cabinet formation? Is it a dream combination?
Well, there are a lot of new faces. I think time will say. Well, in my personal opinion, there is only really one minister, that is Mr. Modi. Well, I think he's going to be involved and he's going to take the major decisions.
Mr. Jhunjhunwala, Narendra Modi government or the NDA government is inheriting a weak economy. Inflation is high, investment cycle is broken down, but you are of the view that a structural, secular and irreversible bull market has started. Why are you of this view?
Well, because I think the platform for the bull market was always there in terms, the more difficult part of the platform, which was, the skilled people, the demography, the demographics, the size, the natural resources. What we needed a catalyst in the form of government policy. And to my mind, I think, we will have those kind of policies which will boost economic growth in India and do it for multi-decades. So I think we are underestimating what will happen. There's a lot of doubt going around. People are hopeful, but they are very doubtful also. There is doubt in the hope.
Mr. Jhunjhunwala, in the Economic Times article, you've mentioned that the speed of change and the rate of change will surprise us. No one can really anticipate what the new government would do. So walk us through that. Why are you so convinced and what could be the rate of change which markets are not able to guess right now?
Well, what I'm saying is I'm not talking to what's going to happen in 3 months or in a month. I'm talking to what's going to happen in, say, 5 years, 2 years, 10 years, 15 years, and a year. So it is my intuitive feeling that the markets are secondary. Primarily, the government the effort of the government to channelize, resources and India's skills and India's resources for growth, the policy making, which will enable it, and then the speed at which the change will take place. I think it's something which is difficult to anticipate today.
But
because we are all human minds, including Mr. Jhunjhunwala, is driven by inertia.
But you are of the view that the core earnings have bottomed out, margins will start moving up. So the bull market which you are predicting would be a function of earnings. It will not be a function of liquidity.
Well, initially markets, go up because earnings are there. Only thing is that, when excess liquidity comes or you get valuations which are not sustainable, then there's a question of liquidity. Markets go up, demand is created of stocks because there is earnings and there's hopes of earnings growth. As I said, markets go up on declining interest rates, rising corporate profits, and they're born in the depths of depression. I think the depths of depression part in August 2013 has already been proved. Now, I think we will have declining interest rates and increasing corporate profits.
Right. Fair point, Mr. Jhunjhunwala. Bull markets, they always climb wall of worry, but they always come down on ray of hope. Isn't there too much of hope?
I don't think so. And that hope has to be established in terms of the exposure to equity. And I think Indians are having a lifetime low exposure to equity. Forget the foreigners. Even if there is hope, it's not reflected in the actions.
But given the way how stock prices have appreciated, everything and anything is up 50 to 100%. Don't you think that for the moment there is a bit of froth in the system?
Well, I've never said that there will be no corrections ever in the bull market. A market is going to rise without ever correcting. Market should correct. We could be in the process of correction, I don't know. But that doesn't mean that we cannot have a multi-decade bull market.
You are also of the view that for the moment the polarized nature of the market will change and we could see some time-wise correction in quality stocks. Why is that?
I never said there will be correction or not. The quality stocks are always going to have premium P's. Well, if the difference between the premium stocks and the so-called non-premium stocks, it has reached unsustainable levels. And that can correct in two ways. Either the P's of the quality stocks goes down or the P of the other stocks goes up. And in a bull market, I don't see any peace coming down.
How does one participate in this market? Because bull market is once in a decade phenomenon, and when the bull market starts, special things happen.
As I told you many a time, I have told you my views. How you participate, that is not for me to tell your viewers. It is for them to decide and do what they think is right.
But sir, people look up to you for your advice.
No, I'm not their advisor, sir.
Right. But if I have to summarize today's interaction, you are of the view that we should not look at history to predict future. The future for Indian stock markets is going to be extremely bright.
Yeah, I think so. And I reserve the right to be wrong.